What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Applicable Science Podcast, Black History Month Tribute. Today, I am talking about the great legend, Dr. George Washington Carver. He was an agricultural scientist, inventor, professor, extraordinaire. Born and enslaved in Missouri and freed as a young child, Dr. Carver attended a series of schools that would accept him because of his race before graduating grade school. After he was denied admittance due to his race at Highland College, he would stay at home and conduct biological experiments and compile geological collections to stimulate his mind. During his time of experiments, he became interested in the arts for drawing botanical samples and even began studying arts and music at Simpson College in Iowa. Then he transferred, which is now called Iowa State University, where he was the first Black student and obtained a master's and bachelor's of science in agricultural science. He left the state of Iowa in 1986 for then the newly founded Tuskegee Institute in Alabama for a teaching position after being hired by Booker T. Washington. His areas of research and training included methods of crop rotation and the development of alternative cash crops for farmers in areas heavily planted with cotton. Dr. Carver found that Alabama soils were particularly well suited to grow peanuts and sweet potatoes. But when the state farmers began cultivating these crops instead of cotton, they found little demand for them in the market. In response to this problem, Dr. Carver set out in enlarging the commercial possibilities of peanut and sweet potato through a long and ingenious program of laboratory research, aka he figured out how to flip it. He ultimately developed 300 derivative products from peanuts, among them milk, flour, ink, dyes, plastics, wood stains, soap, medical oils, cosmetics, etc., etc. And from sweet potatoes, 118, including flour as well, vinegar, ink, synthetic rubber, and stamp glue. Throughout all his newly found celebrity status from all these derivatives, and other inventors offering him six-figure salaries in the early 1900s, which, six figures at that time, you was balling. But Dr. Carver stayed in Tuskegee, Alabama, until his death to promote the scientific causes for the remainder of his life. He wrote a syndicated newspaper column and toured the nation, speaking on the importance of agricultural innovation and the achievements of Tuskegee Institute. In 1940, Carver donated his life savings to the establishment of the Carver Research Foundation at Tuskegee for continuing the research in agriculture. Dr. Carver went on to be a prominent science expert and one of the most famous African Americans of his time and ever. Dr. Carver achieved international fame in political and professional circles. So thank you, Dr. Carver, for your achievements and for promoting and giving all people of color, specifically African Americans, hope and the image of someone very prominent in the STEM field. So that is my Black History Month tribute today. Tune into another episode tomorrow.